through Texas, in Oklahoma, then we went over to Arkansas before headed back south down to Louisiana. I've got all of our receipts right here. How much did this road trip cost? I want to go through every single receipt here, and we're going to kind of break it down, give you a road trip travel breakdown, all of the finances discussed right here. If you guys are interested in, you want to learn how to travel and have a budget and not blow the budget, that's kind of what we want to do here, because we want you guys to be able to build that stronger family bond. And we believe that the best way to do that is through travel, because whenever you're traveling as a family, you really have to work together. You have to come together as a team to be able to make it happen. And so one part of that, one aspect of that is the finances of it. Like, how do you actually make this happen? So if you guys are interested in that, that's what we are all about here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button or that follow button. I definitely appreciate that. And if you're liking what we're going to be doing here, that thumbs up is always appreciated, right? Love it whenever you guys smash that thumbs up. Share the love, show a little bit of love to the stream here. So let's get into this today. We set a budget of $1,000 for this trip. We had $1,000, and this was a 23-day road trip that we took. We're talking almost an entire month. This is 3 weeks of travel right here. And in the United States, it's usually a little bit more to travel based on other countries that you can travel to. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Glad to have you here from Lakeland, Florida. Thanks for coming and hanging out and doing the dang thing with us. So we try to find the best ways that we can. There's actually some extra ways that we could have saved money on this trip. We just didn't know about them yet. And so we're going to go into all of that as well. I want to show you guys where you could have saved money, maybe some things that we may not have needed to buy, and then we'll go into the entire budget here. So I kind of have these our receipts arranged by days, although some of the receipts I didn't keep. And so I have our bank statement here, and we're going to kind of have to go through some of those again as we do this. So first of all, we got to get to where we're going, right? You got to get through that first, day or two of travel. Kind of depends on your kids, how long it's going to take, how far you can drive while out there. And so we decided that we would go about halfway, because to get to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was our first destination, we have to, it's about a 9-hour drive from where we're at down here in Lafayette, Louisiana. And so due to that, we figured that we would find a good halfway point to stop at. And we actually have some friends who live in kind of that upper area of Texas that we were going to be driving through. We met them through YouTube. Great guys, Sam and Nia. And so we got to spend some time with them. But on that drive, of course, you got to get your food, right? You got to have some food while you're traveling. So we decided to stop at a Popeyes, and we spent $15.89 there. Now, did we necessarily need this? Honestly, no. If we would have planned just a little bit more in advance, we could have saved some money by bringing a picnic with us. And that's something that we do now. Back then, we didn't think about it. And we were just kind of, looking for the quick space quick spot to eat at, right? And so, what I'm going to do here on my phone is I am going to keep track in the calculator of what we didn't need to spend as well. And I'm going to put this one in there, $15.89. I don't think that we needed that if we would have, packed a little bit of some food before we left. Our next expense, obviously, we're driving. You're going to need to get some gas. And so we had to get some gas on this trip. At the time, we were driving a Honda Accord, so gas wasn't too bad. And gas was cheaper back then, too. This was a few years ago. That was $35.50. Definitely got to buy gas. There's no way around that. You got to be able to get to where you're going. So that was an expense that had to be there. Then, while we were with our friends in Texas, we decided that we wanted to meet up with them and get some dinner together. So we just decided to find an Applebee's nearby, and so we ate at Applebee's, and that was one of those things where it was like we're meeting up with friends. We want to have a good time. We don't want to have to spend our time trying to cook somewhere. They were driving just a little bit of ways to come and meet us, so we couldn't really like meet at their house or anything. And we were in a hotel, so we didn't have like an area to cook at. And so we decided to just go out to eat. We spent $39.01. That includes tax and tip right there. But we're really good at sharing meals, especially with little kids. They can usually share a meal, or one thing that we do is we'll buy like a bigger meals for the grown-ups, and then we'll just give them some of the meal that we have. So that's another way that you can kind of cut some costs if you need to, or if you want to, I should say. Let's see. Then we stayed the night. Actually, we went to we found a park nearby. That's one thing that we do with our kids, especially after being in a car for a long time with them. You got to be able to let them burn some energy. And one of the best and free ways that you can do that is to bring them to parks. And so we just look for the nearby park. We go there, we let the kids play and burn some energy. The adults had some time to talk, and it's free. Can't beat a good free park, right? So we did that, and then the next day, or we spent the night at it was a La Quinta, and I was thinking that we should. I wanted to stay at a cheaper place. Let's just say that, because I didn't want to blow the budget on this one. But my wife looked at the La Quinta and she was very excited because it had free breakfast and it had a pool and it had, a few extra things to have some fun with the kids. So we opted to pay a little bit more. This La Quinta cost us $111.87 for the entire room for the night. That includes your taxes and everything that is included in there. So that way, we probably, we'll get into how we could have saved some money on that one. I'm going to put that one aside for right now, because technically we probably could have saved some money right there. We didn't necessarily need that expense. So let's add this one. We're going to get into this in just a minute of why that is. But let me go ahead and add that to there. Then the next day, we drove out, and let me get my receipts all right here. We stopped at a Chick-fil-A along the way because we needed to have some. Oh no, wait, we had to get some. No, breakfast was free at the hotel. That's one thing that we definitely wanted. So we didn't have to pay for breakfast. Then we did. We stopped at a Chick-fil-A there, and this was in Texas, and that was $18.05. Again, probably could have packed a lunch or shopped at a grocery store or something like that. So probably didn't need that expense. So let me go ahead and add that one, 1805. Add that to the list right there of things that we probably could have saved money on. Let's see. We also had some tolls that we had to pass through while in Oklahoma. That's just kind of one of those things that you're driving along. I guess you could have passed up the toll and taken a non-toll road, but that just would have added more to your gas that you have to pay. And so we didn't want to do that. So we opted to pay the toll. It was more of a direct shoot there and whatnot. And so this toll, oh man, this receipt is faded. It's so old. I don't remember how much it is. I think it was like $2. Yes, this was a $2 toll. So we definitely had to pay for that to be able to make that happen. And then we also stopped to get some gas. Yeah, again, you got to pay for the gas. There's no getting around it. This fill up was $20.77. So that's something that you had to pay for. Let me know right now in the comments, how much is gas in your area? At the time of this recording, it was like super duper cheap, like less than $3. So that was a blessing for this road trip. Obviously, gas is going to cost you a little bit more these days just because of what's going on in the world and the price of gas. But one thing that we can do, that you can do, and what we do is we kind of plan our trip, like everywhere we want to go in Google Maps, and then it'll show you how many miles you're planning on driving. And so you can kind of take that, know the gas mileage that your car gets, and you can do a little math to kind of figure out that part of your budget. So it's one thing that's not going to be too big of a surprise for you unless you get lost or you take like a big side trip somewhere or something like that, that you need a plan for. But you can get a good roundabout cost for gas. And then what I do is I will, whatever, like, let's say it's $650 for gas, I'll round that up about whatever the cost of another tank of gas is, just for the small little day trips that you might take here and there, kind of depending on the length of the trip too. Add in an extra tank or two of gas. Then we went to a bagel cafe here. I believe this lunch or dinner. This was another lunch. This was a different day, actually. That I've accidentally put that one in the wrong receipts. We'll get to that one in just a minute. So let's see. The next day, whenever we got to Tulsa, Oklahoma, one way that we really cut cost and was able to do this trip at such a low price is because my in-laws live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they had extra room for us to stay at. And so this is a huge way that you can save tons of money on travel. Is think about people that that live in a certain area, and if they're in that area. Hey, Nicole, how's it going? You didn't get your reminder. Oh, well, I'm glad you came. Thank you for coming. Glad to have you here. By all means, let me know if you have any questions about what we're talking about. But the biggest travel hack that I can give you, that's probably the simplest too, as long as there's room, is if you know someone in one of the places that you're going. Or what I kind of do is I'll look at a map and I'll pinpoint, like put pinpoints where all of my family and friends and people I know live. And if I want to go to that place, I'll reach out to them, like, hey, we're going to be in the area. If you kind of want to go kind of beat around the bush a little bit with them, you can kind of be like, do you know of any good hotels, or where should we stay? And then they might come back and be like, oh, you can come and stay with us if you want to. We'd love to have you, that type of thing. And then we also host people here as well. Our friends, if they come in an RV or something like that, we have a long driveway that they can park on. Or we have a camper here too. They can crash in our camper. It's usually not very clean. So we tried to, pay it forward that way as well. But think about, aunts and uncles, maybe some older cousins. If you have your in-laws family. So, your spouse's aunts and uncles and cousins. Think about them. Think about all the friends that you might have that you've met throughout the world, throughout your travels, throughout, online activities, that type of stuff. You can really make some great friendships and connections that way. And we've had great experiences saving lots of money by doing that kind of, I call it travel hacking, right? Because you're not really hacking anything. You're just asking a friend for some help so you can save some money, right? So that was a great thing for us. This 23-day road trip, the first part of it being in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like I said, we have our in-laws there. They had extra room for us. And so they were able to help cut the cost by not we didn't have to pay them to be there. But whenever we do go somewhere, we usually try to, is there something that we can do around the house to be able to, pay you back for letting us have it? So, we'll do some extra cleaning or taking care of the dogs or something like that. So that's, a good thing that you can do. Nicole, hopefully next time YouTube sends you the reminder. It's very frustrating with them lately that the reminders aren't going out. So the next expense that we went to a Panera Bread to get some lunch, and that cost $31.19. Again, we probably could have saved a little bit of money here because it's just a Panera. Panera's kind of everywhere. And this is one of those expenses where we probably could have just went to the grocery store instead, bought some groceries, put them in our in-laws fridge or freezer, and then, just had kind of lunch on the go, or, do things like sandwiches and that type of thing. So let's go ahead and add this one to a list of expenses that we probably didn't need. So 3119 here. So this total is getting quite large. Let me put this over here. So we wanted to have, we wanted to take the kids to a movie. So we went and, we had a good time at the movies with them. We spent $20 on a matinee. We did the matinee feature so that we could save a little bit of extra money and not pay those evening costs. And so we took the kids to the movies. I think that was actually their first time going to a movie as well, which was fun for them. So this was kind of one of those things. I'm gonna include it in the expenses and not take it out as like a necessary type of expense, because this was kind of like an experience that the kids had that we wanted to give to them. So we'll go ahead and leave that one where it is at now. Let's see, another expense that we had here. This was, I don't know if it was, I think it was lunch. Yeah, this was a lunch. We stopped and got some lunch, and that was $27.62. Again, food that we probably didn't have to pay for. So let's go ahead and add that to our total right here, 27.62 plus. All right. So again, food, man, that's gonna get you. Honestly, it's gonna get you if you don't kind of plan your food out. They will, you got to eat, right? So make it as cheap as possible by buying something at the grocery store, or a farmer's market is another good place to do that. So then we went, let's see, this was a big day right here. Oh yeah. So we took a side trip during this trip to Oklahoma City. We were actually not expecting to do this. This was kind of one of those things that was a little out of the budget, right? Like we didn't necessarily, well, it was kind of like a spur of the moment type of thing. And my in-laws wanted to come with us, kind of have like an adventure with them. And so we have a lot of receipts right here just from that side trip. And that kind of got a little expensive as well, but it was a fun thing, right? It was fun. So went to Oklahoma City, and we had to obviously get some food. And so where was it? I don't remember this restaurant, but it cost $20.33. Now, with this, I got to say, first of all, thank you to my in-laws, because whenever it came time for the hotel, they actually footed our portion of the hotel. So thank you to Grammy and Grumps for hooking that up for us. Definitely saved us at least $100 or so on this trip. So we're very, very grateful for that. But we still paid for our food, right? They're not going to pay for everything. So and with it being kind of a side trip and a spur of the moment thing, like we didn't kind of plan any food in advance or anything. So it's definitely a lot of eating out. I'm going to include these in I'm not going to include these in what we're subtracting where we could have saved money, because honestly, I don't think that we could have saved the money. I mean, maybe could have bought like Lunchables or something, but we're just going to go with it as it is now. So we have a lunch here, which was $20.33. Honestly, for a family of four back then, that's actually not a bad deal right there. So very pleased that we were able to do, $5 a person. If you do the math there, you kind of average it out. Let's see. This right here was an ATM withdrawal. Okay. This is... I don't know if I should include this or not, but we took out $20. It was there's a $2.95 fee with that, of course. So it was $22.95. And the reason why we got this money out is because on this side trip to Oklahoma City, we went to the outlet mall because women be shopping. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that comedy series, stand-up comedy, but my wife wanted to do some shopping. We gotta let the women have their time to shop. And some men out there too, right? Men like to shop as well. We're not going to deny that. But she got $20 out of the ATM. She wanted to buy some things, so we did that. And could that have been something that we necessarily didn't need to do? Yeah, but we also got to experience that part of Oklahoma City, which we wouldn't have done. We spent a little bit of extra time in there. So again, we're gonna just keep this as a thing that was unnecessary. It was a necessary thing to be able to have that day experience there. There are some tolls going to Oklahoma City from Tulsa that we took. So unfortunately, we had to pay for those. This one right here was a $4 toll, and I believe it's going to be $4 going back. I have the receipt in here. We'll get to it in just a minute. We went to Frontier City as well, which is now owned by Six Flags. It's like a theme park type of thing. And I love roller coasters. My father-in-law likes roller coasters. My sister-in-law came with us as well, and she wanted to, try some roller coasters. So we went and rode some roller coasters all together, and that was super fun. So we had to pay. Did we pay the entrance fee there? I believe we did. Hang on. I have 4 receipts from Frontier City. That's how expensive that can be. Let me go ahead and do this one real quick because this is the toll that was for going back. And that was another, like I mentioned, $4 toll right there. So we definitely have $4 in tolls for that. But Frontier City, let's see. This is parking. Got to park there, right? Got to be able to put your car somewhere. I mean, I guess maybe you can find parking outside. I don't know. We just paid the parking fee. So I'm going to consider that unnecessary. That was $8. $8 for that parking fee right there. Any of you guys keeping track of how much this is all costing? Have y'all watched the video yet? Or I kind of go through the vlogs and break down everything there? Let's see. This one right here is okay. That's some food. We're gonna get to that in a bit. Okay, this is all food. So my in-laws did pay for the entry prices to Frontier City, which was very generous of them because man, theme parks to be able to get into those these days, it is expensive. Like we were looking at going to either Disney or Dollywood or a Six Flags, that type of thing, and the entry fee to get into these places is just incredibly expensive these days. I don't remember it being this expensive back in the day. And I haven't really found like good ways to cut costs on that, especially whenever you have, a family with kids and all that type of stuff. And the kids that whenever you have young kids, they can't really do some of the rides and whatnot because they're not tall enough or whatever. So you really have to juggle. Is it really worth that expense? So thank you to, again, Gray Man Grumps for hooking that up for us. Another way that they helped us to save some money. So we paid for all of the food that we had to eat in the park. We had some lunch there, and God, lunch, theme park food. It's going to be expensive as well. We spent $71.52 on a lunch there. I mean, that's just, it seems so, we got a good amount of food. I will say that. I remember the food from the video, but it just seems so, I mean, you could have like a really nice steak meal at a decent steak place for that amount if you do some sharing and whatnot. So, and then also, of course, you got to get a little bit of extra food. Kids are going to get hungry and all that type of stuff. So, there's another $17.32 for another meal right there. And then we also, of course, you're going to get ice cream. Okay, we didn't need the ice cream, right? We didn't need to buy any ice cream. Let's add this to the list of things we did not need, although it probably was a hot day. I got to say that. We could have drank water, right? There's water fountains. You can drink water, but, you got to make it fun for the kids. But we're going to add that to the expenses that we didn't need. $8.65 for 2 little cups of Dippin' Dot ice cream there. So that is that. That was kind of our extent. Oh, no, wait, this one right here. After Frontier City, we decided to go and have a meal with the in-laws in Oklahoma City. We wanted to do something fancy. So we went to the Genghis Grill, which is a Mongolian grill. Super good. Kind of a unique experience if you've never had Mongolian food. They have the big giant cooking table that they have in the back there, and you can see how they cook the food and whatnot kind of all together. So it reminds me of kind of like a hibachi type of cooking, except it's Mongolian. So that was $38 for our family there, including tax and tip right there. So great meal right there, and it filled us all up, and it was honestly a great price. I mean, less than $10 a person for dinner. I'd say that's pretty good. So let's see what's next here. Gosh, there's okay. We got to let's see. We're still. This is okay. Back in Broken Arrow or Tulsa. Broken Arrow is a suburb. We got some gas. Got to pay for gas. You know, we had to come back. Right, we had to drive back. Um, that was $31.18 for some gas. You got, like I said, there's really kind of no getting around that. You're either going to pay gas one way or the other. Um, Whenever we got back, we went to the Philbrook Museum. Yeah, good price. I agree. Very good price there. We went to the Philbrook Museum, which is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Real like this museum, if you want to see like a really awesome place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, get some good history about the area. This man, Philbrook, he was kind of an oil man, and so he made a lot of money, and he had this beautiful mansion out there. It's got beautiful gardens on the outside, and they have sculptures and paintings inside. They really did a really good job of highlighting not only the history but also a lot of the art and a lot of like sculptures and that type of stuff. So that was really cool. Definitely recommend it if you guys ever go to Oklahoma, the Tulsa area of Oklahoma. But that was $18 for us to get in. If I remember correctly, the kids were free. So that is always a plus whenever you're going to museums if they're at the free age, right? And then we went to, there's a great Mexican place that I think it's a chain. We first found out about it whenever we used to live in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in like 2007, 2006, 6, 7, 8, maybe. I can't remember. But it's called Abuelos, and they make some great Mexican food. We kind of splurged a little bit on this. Definitely not a great price, but this was what does that say? $97.75 was the total on that one. So we probably could have cut at least $20 on there. I'm sure we got some drinks. We don't drink like alcohol. We got like iced teas and what that type of stuff. Probably got dessert because we do dessert. So we probably could have. If I had to guess, we probably could have cut a good. And they give you huge portions there as well. If you guys go and watch the video, I mean, it is insane how big the plate is. Y'all know how Mexican food is. They like jam pack all that stuff on there. And so we definitely could have saved some money. I'm going to say we probably could have saved a good $20 on there. So let's go ahead and just add $20 to our total here of where we could have saved some money. So that was Abuelos right there. Okay, so the next part of the receipts, the next part is going to be it's the trip to Arkansas. But in our bank statements, there were a few things in here from Tulsa, Oklahoma that I want to highlight for you guys. I want to go through all of those with you as well. So first of all, since we were staying with our in-laws, there was they cook and they have a kitchen and all that type of stuff. They plan meals for whenever they're going to be there and we're going to be there. So we got to eat a lot of food that they cooked for us, and we're very thankful for that as well. Although we did help out with groceries. We went to the grocery store one time in here, so I'll get to that throughout this as well. Let's see. I believe this one right here is it just gives me an address, but I know that it's the grocery store there. We spent $23.48 on some groceries while we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So that was definitely one thing. I don't remember what this is. We had a $2.17 expense right there. Very small, but I tried to, I want to include everything in the price for you guys. It may have been like a snack or something if I had to guess while we were driving, but I couldn't remember what that particular price was. Cause again, here it just has the address for the place. And I even tried to look up the address on Google and I couldn't find it. Let's see. Some shopping right here. Oh gosh, I wish I had this all written down better. We had some shopping here and I had $75.71. I don't remember what that part was. God, I wish I could do this a little bit better. Snacks. Okay, here we go. This was a Walmart. We had to stop at a Walmart because we wanted to definitely get some some groceries to help out with again, and that was $116.07. So, again, food playing another role in this whole thing right here. And then we also had a another shopping experience, $30.45 again at the the store there that we went to. And then, oh, yeah, we went to the farmer's market. I forgot about that. So we went to the farmer's market and, we just wanted to check out. We like going to farmer's markets. We like coming to the one here in the city that we live in. So we decided to go to this one. Whenever we lived in Tulsa, my wife and her mom would go to the farmer's market almost every Saturday whenever we were there. So we got to get out and we got to go do that. And Krista bought some, in the vlog, you'll see, it's like some beeswax body rub and lip balm type of stuff. She spent $10 on that, just a little something there. And then during this trip, we were there during 4th of July, so we wanted to get some fireworks. So we spent $8.94 on some fireworks there. So just, good fun thing to do with the kids, fireworks, as long as your kids aren't scared of the fireworks. If I remember correctly, our kids were a little scared of those fireworks. But the neighbors, God, if you're staying with someone on the 4th of July and they live in Oklahoma, the neighbors put on this amazing fireworks show all around us. So that was free for us as well, right? So we got an awesome fireworks show just from that. In fact, whenever we lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, if you ever there's a baseball team there called the Drillers, and after every game they do a fireworks show. And so if you want to, there is a Lowe's right across the street from the stadium. My wife and I did this before. You can, around the time that the game's going to end, you just simply park your vehicle in Lowe's. If you have a truck, you can open up the tailgate, maybe bring a picnic or something, and you can watch the fireworks there. It's so cool. So, tips like that is why we come to these, y'all hopefully come to these live streams. So you can get these kind of, these secret tips that you won't find anywhere else. So make sure to click that subscribe button or that follow button wherever you're watching this. If you guys, want to hear kind of some of these insider secrets of how we travel on a budget and how you can do these things for free. And please share this with if you're on Facebook and you want to hit that share button, definitely appreciate that. And of course, thumbs ups are always appreciated if you want to show some love here. But now we're going to Arkansas. So Arkansas, if you've never been to Arkansas, it is absolutely beautiful there. It's called the nature state for a reason. There's just so many things to do in Arkansas. And we honestly, the first thing that we did on the drive there, it was like a 4-hour drive to where we were going. And there was a state park along the way. And we're like, heck yeah, let's do a state park. First of all, state parks are usually super cheap. If I remember correctly, in Arkansas, they're free. Or if anything, it's like a $5 fee for something, right? It's super duper cheap. So definitely recommend hitting up the state parks if you are ever going to Arkansas. So again, got to do the tolls. Tollways are there, right? You're in Oklahoma. And so we, going from Tulsa to Arkansas, there was this receipt's so old, $2.50 for a toll to go through there. So that's definitely something that you had to pay. Can't get around that one right there. And then, of course, we had to get gas along the way. So you got to pay for your gas. Calcord was where that state park was, and we visited that. It was a really nice Falling Waters State Park. Is that what it was called? It was something like that. And there was some waterfalls there. We went for a little hike. That was beautiful. But the gas was $30.07. Again, can't really get past that. You got to pay for gas if you're going to do road trips, that type of stuff. And then this right here, what is this? I can't read that. Stop and Shop. Was that? No, that's nothing. This might be looks like this is more gas. Gotta get again. Gotta get that gas is adding up. Is that gas gonna blow the budget? This was $19.83. Again, we were in a 2007 Honda Accord at the time. And so those got great gas mileages. And whenever we took this trip, gas prices weren't as high as they were. So, definitely saving some money there as well. So it's just one of those things. Now, whenever we got to Arkansas, we actually met a friend through YouTube. And we met in 2011 or 2010. I went to a YouTube conference. And at the time, I had all these flyers, cardboard cutout. What do you call those? Flyer card, like postcard looking things. And I just spread them out all over the table. There's the table where everybody puts a couple of cards and whatnot so people can find their stuff. And I just littered this table with about 20 to 30 of my cards, and they're the big ones. So they were big and blue too. So people saw it and a bunch of people picked them up. And lo and behold, Bus Vlogger was one of the guys that picked that up, and we got to talking and chatting and whatnot. And we became great friends. And he lives in Arkansas. He lives 4 hours from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we got to hang out with them. And their parents have a house. And whenever the person in the house next to them, I don't remember if they moved or they passed away or whatever, but they bought that house and they use it as a beach house, if you will, so that whenever one of their friends or family comes through, they have that house. One, they can also use it for storage, but also they have it available for people coming through and whatnot. And so Bus Vlogger, his real name is James. We were talking and he was like, yeah, man, you need to come stay at the beach house, the beach house in Arkansas. I think that's hilarious. It's just beach themed. And so we got to another way that we were able to kind of hack the system is by having a friend who is willing to share their space again, right? Yeah, state parks, Nicole, state parks are awesome. In fact, whenever we were first getting into travel vlogging, we were trying to get out of debt. We had a mountain of debt that we were trying to pay off. But as we were paying it off and making some headway, we realized we wanted to get out of the house and do stuff with our kids. And we were like, wow, state park. We first started just going to local parks because local parks are free. But here in Louisiana, we visited all the state parks around us. We went to all the festivals that were around us, driving distance, because that's a super cheap thing that you can do with your kids, and it's going to make for just such an awesome experience. And so I definitely recommend state parks. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a video about all of the state parks that we have visited and in Louisiana and how much they cost us for those day trips to state parks. So if I put that together, y'all definitely see it. But that's a great way. You're not going to, you still have to pay some money for it, but it's not something that's going to blow the budget. And it's something where you can be outside, be in nature, experience the world, go hiking, be in unique places. Absolutely love state parks. So definitely check out state parks in your area. And there's usually fun things for kids to do at state parks, like nature guided hikes and junior ranger books and that type of stuff. Even at state parks, some state parks have those kids activities, and you can earn patches and whatnot. But so we got to stay with our friend Bus Vlogger in that house. It was amazing. It was a fantastic house. Definitely great way that we saved some money. So thank you to Bus Vlogger. If you guys want to check out his channel, I'll put it below somewhere in the comments or the description or something like that. It's BUSVLOGGER. Go tell him the Travel Vlog family sent you. Thank you for bringing Lane to Arkansas. And we found some awesome things to do for free in Arkansas. So definitely keep watching so I can tell you guys about those. But first, we went, actually the first night we were there, James kind of hooked it up for us. We did a marshmallow roast and a weenie roast. He's got a lot of property and whatnot. And he has a fire pit right there. And so he kind of brought out the serving platter, brought out the marshmallows, brought out the hot dogs and all that type of stuff. Yes, love that. Yes, indeed, Nicole. And so, so James really hooked it up. It was very hospitable, super nice guy. Again, go check out his channel if you guys have a minute. If if you're into, Oklahoma, Arkansas adventures. He likes to kind of highlight his state and all the things that he does. So, okay, we apparently went and ate somewhere. The receipt is so faded, I can't even read it, but I wrote on it, and I know that it's somewhere that we ate because I put, "Thank you, great service, have a great night." I really want to know what that says on there, but it was $28.25. Again, not a bad price for the a meal for a family of four. A little bit more than some of the other ones that we've had, but that's okay. Let's see. We're gonna save this one for later because that's on the way back. That was on the. I didn't organize these by dates, or they might be backwards. So we got some gas at some point we were in the northwest corner of Arkansas, kind of like near Fayetteville, Bentonville, and all that type of stuff. So again, driving around there in the Ozarks, there's mountains, so you're going to burn a little bit more gas. So we definitely had to fill up. And that was, oh gosh, again, faded receipt. And Lane, you did a terrible job of trying to write down what these were. This was $25.25 on that one right there. Again, no getting around the gas. You got to pay for that gas. All right, let's see. Oh, that may have been I think I have these backwards. Let me flip these this way. Here we go. Yes. Okay, because this right here, I believe, no, that's not. Is that the state park? No. That's the free thing that we did. We just happened to buy some. I don't think I have. I think I forgot to order these before doing my live stream. So we're just going to kind of go through them at random here. There was one day where a bus vlogger, "Hey Cameron, how's it going? How you doing?" So there's one day that James, bus vlogger, took me to go to Fayetteville, and we hung out with his group of kids that he was teaching YouTube to, because he's a YouTuber as well. And during that trip, we went and ate at a pizza place. Pizza place was super good. It was called Marley's, if you're ever in Fayetteville. And we spent $15.35 on some pizza right there. Although I think me and James split that. And so it only cost me like $7 or something like that. So that was super good. Something we paid for. And then, of course, whenever we were there, we did get some groceries. We're talking like lettuce, tomatoes, hamburger dills, sesame buns. And that's because one night with James, again, him being hospitable, he did like a burger cookout for us as well. We cooked some burgers up. And so that was super nice. We helped out by fronting some of the groceries for that. Oh, you live an hour from Fayetteville. That is awesome. Fayetteville's fantastic. We love Fayetteville. There's so much to do there. That whole area, in fact, on another trip that's going to be coming up here soon, I need to edit that video. We go and explore more of like the Eureka Springs area, and that is just a super unique place. I can't wait to show you guys some of that. If you go back to some of our older videos, you might be able to find them, just the vlogs without the expenses and without the breakdown and all that type of stuff. So then there was another day where we got more groceries because we knew that we had the house. We had a huge refrigerator that we could stock, and we wanted like breakfast and probably some lunch type of things on there. And so this was a bigger receipt. This was $64. No, that's the subtotal with tax, $69 even. So we definitely, realized we probably need to stop eating out as much. And so we went to the grocery store and hooked that up there. Now, there was this place that we went to called Terra Studios. If you are ever in the northwest corner of Arkansas, you have to look up Terra Studios. In fact, you guys have to go and watch our video because it's a very visual place. They do a lot of like arts and craft type of stuff there, but it's basically like these huge grassy area. You got to go and really experience it. But they do, like I said, a lot of artsy type stuff. And so it's not like a park. It's like a park. and they've go. I want y'all to open up a new tab right now. Type in Terra Studios Arkansas and look at some of the cool things that they have there, because they build like all these sculptures that are made to look like trolls and dragons and all this type of stuff. And there's like this whole forest area you can walk through. There's the gardens area. They have some playhouses that the kids can play on. The trash cans, the tops of them are made out of like troll heads. There's a labyrinth there, so you can do like a little walking thing. There's like this cave area that you can, and this is all totally free. You could spend an entire day there, bring a picnic, have a good time. I think there's actually like a coffee place there. Like if you want to get like some coffee or something like that, you can do that. But it is an amazing place. If you have kids, definitely, if you have kids, you got to go and check out Terra Studios. Yeah, you love that area. The whole Northwest Arkansas area is so beautiful. But while you're at Terra Studios, they do have like some classes that you can take, and they show you how to make like little what they're called pinch pots. It's like a little tiny pot that you can make where you take the clay and you kind of pinch it. And so we decided, we wanted to have one fun things to do there, and we wanted to support them because we really liked what they do there. And so at Terra Studios, we did end up spending $20 on that pinch pot class right there, just because it was so unique and it was something that we could take home with the kids and something that they made and created all on their own. And so we wanted to give them that experience. That was a super cool experience. Now, this was one of those things, kind of like the movie that we went and saw. It was an experience, so it's definitely something that I want to keep in the budget and something that we not necessarily could have not spent money on. So we're going to not put that in the calculator for this trip. But like I said, if you are ever in that Terra Studios area, that upper Northwest Arkansas, definitely highly recommend Terra Studios, especially if you are with kids. The people there are so friendly, and they have just an awesome setup there. They also make these blue birds. I don't know, it's made out of glass. There's like a whole glass area where you can watch them make these birds. I don't know what you call a guy who works with glass. Do y'all know? Let me know in the comments. Someone who, like a cobbler is someone who works with shoes, something like that. A glass blower, maybe. I don't know. He wasn't necessarily blowing, if I remember correctly, but he put like the glass in the kiln, and then it would make these cool bird sculptures, and they're known for them. It's called the Bluebirds. We didn't end up buying one of those, but we thought that was super cool. Let's see. Another free thing that we got to do while we were in the northwest corner of Arkansas is there is a national river that flows through there. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Buffalo National River, but there is this really cool river that spans a lot of that Ozarks area. I think it even goes up into Missouri a little bit. But it's something that if you wanted, you could totally just go out there for a hike, do a free thing. That's kind of what we did. There's a place where we had our bathing suits on, so we dipped our toes in the water and we got to go swimming. And it's like a bunch of river rocks in there. The river's super clean and clear. Really, really beautiful area. Definitely recommended. I'm sure it'd be great for kayaking if you're into kayaking, or I don't know if you can do any fishing there. I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely there's all kind of outdoor sports shops where you could go and rent some things that you can take out there and have some fun on the water if you want to spend a little bit of money out there. We didn't go to the visitor center, but usually with those national park type of places, there's a way that you can get a junior ranger badge if you have kids, or some adults do it too. But it's like a booklet that you fill out at the visitor center while you're out experiencing the nature, and then you can take it back to them, and they give you a little badge that you can pin onto your shirt. It's in the shape of the national park logo, and it usually says whatever place you're at, Buffalo River or something like that. And so our kids love doing that. We've got a whole ton of those, that's for another video, but definitely recommend the Buffalo National River. There's lots of history there. There's lots of outdoor things you can do there. There's an old log cabin thing that we got to explore and whatnot. So definitely super duper cool place there. You went to the Garth Brooks concert the past weekend in Fayetteville at the Razorback Stadium. Oh, that's awesome. Never been to Garth Brooks. My brother was into Garth Brooks for a while, but I've never been to one of his concerts or anything. That's super cool. I didn't realize that they had a stadium up there. Let's see. Let me see what other receipts we have here. Okay, so um, while we were there, this was kind of a we got since we knew James, he kind of hooked it up for us because he was, like I said, he's a YouTuber, bus vlogger, and he already had planned to do a shoot with a creamery that's up there. It's these guys who have goats, and they milk the goats and then they make cheese out of it. And so, since we were going to be up there while he was filming, they agreed to let us go up there with them, and we made some vlogs of our day up there as well. And so that was one of those experiences that we would have had to have reached out to the creamery beforehand to be able to like meet up with them and make a video type of thing. But Bus Vlogger already did kind of all that legwork for us, and we just kind of got to tag along with them. And so that was something that was super cool that we got to experience that we probably wouldn't have experienced if we didn't know a local. And so we went to this creamery and we got to experience it was a long time we were there. It was well into the night, if I remember correctly. And we got to see how cheese is made. We got to visit with all the goats. We got to meet the guys who run the place. We got to taste all of the different kinds of cheeses that they sell there. They sell it like farmers markets and whatnot. So, you can, if you want, you can go to the farmers market and kind of see their cheeses and whatnot. But it was really fun to be around all the animals. Our kids love animals. My wife loves animals. We like seeing processes of how things are made. And so that was a really, really cool experience. We did end up buying some of their cheese. They make like this chocolate goat cheese or something. My wife really likes goat cheese. And so I figured the chocolate would kind of mask the goat cheese because I'm not a huge goat cheese fan. But I think we paid like $10, if I remember correct. It's probably in these receipts right here for that spot of goat cheese there. But that was just a super cool experience that we wouldn't have had if we didn't know a local. And they have like they have a yurt out there that they live in on their farm. So that was really cool to see. It was my first time like seeing a yurt in the flesh. So that was super duper cool. Let's see. Let me go through some of these other expenses from the trip that we have here. I think I've mentioned this one already. The gas in whenever we were driving there. Terra Studios, we spent $20 on those pinch pots. And let's see. This was Elkins, Arkansas for $21.06. That was gas. And then this right here was $3.25. $3.25. It was on the highway. I believe that was a snack. I don't quite remember that one. Oh, I hate whenever I can't remember these. That was pretty much those expenses while we were in Arkansas. Now we got to get down through Arkansas all the way to Louisiana. And we broke that up into 2 days just because driving with little kids can kind of take you a little crazy. We don't like to drive super duper long if we don't have to. So we did break it up. We stayed at a hotel there, which we're going to get to that in just a minute. But while we were driving, we stopped at a David's Burgers. This was a place that we found on an app that I don't use it anymore. I was just checking it out for the first time because I'd found it. And it was called Road Trippers, and it was like highly rated. We looked it up on Google, and Google was rating it really highly. They have like all you can eat French fries, and they bring around like trays of ice cream that you can sample and all this type of stuff. So we had a good time there. We got some burgers and whatnot. $26.74. Now, this was kind of one of those things where it was a local experience. We wanted to experience the food of a place that you can't really get anywhere else. So I'm not going to include that one in our calculations of where we could have saved money because it was a unique experience. We really wanted to check out that place. But $26.74 for 4 people, that's not bad. I got to say, it's like $8 a person? If I'm doing my math correctly. I'm terrible at math. Y'all let me know in the comments. Is that right? And then we stayed at the hotel that we drove to. That was again another La Quinta. At the time, we were fans of La Quintas. They have a great breakfast, so breakfast is always free there. We always look for hotels that have that free breakfast. This one, it was also on a weekend, so that was it was a little bit more than the other hotel going to there would have cost. This was, by the way, in El Dorado, Arkansas. This was $125.09. The other hotel was $111.09. So a little bit of math there. We could have saved, we would have drove on like a weekday as opposed to a weekend. We could have saved what, like 10, 14 bucks in there. So let's just add that. If we would have saved a little bit of money right there, we're going to add $14 to where we could have saved money on this trip, just because we have the difference here of what a weekend night is and what a weekday night is. So we'll add that too. And this includes all the taxes and everything in there as well. So also, actually, whoa. Now that I'm looking at this, no, that's right. Okay. The taxes are a little bit less in Texas than they are in Arkansas. So that is definitely something to be noticed. It's not much, couple bucks, probably like $5. When are you coming back up again? Actually, we just got done planning our road trip for this coming summer, and we're not going to be up in the northwest corner. We're going to be in. We're just taking one night in Little Rock, Arkansas. We'd never been to Little Rock before, so we're very excited to be able to experience a little bit of the town before heading up further north. So that is something that you guys definitely should subscribe for if you guys haven't subscribed yet and you guys want to follow our adventures. But I'm going to keep this this out right here because we could have saved some more money on these hotels. We're going to get to that in just a minute. Let's go through our final receipt here, which is lunch. On the way back, this is one of those ones that you're not very proud of because it's not a local place. It's not even a place that has really like good food, but it's kind of one of those things where you're on a road trip, you're ready to get home, you just need something fast, get home, let's eat in the car type of thing, let's make this happen. Actually, I think we actually got out and ate because we wanted to stretch our legs, but $21.06 at McDonald's. Definitely probably could have saved a few bucks here by just bringing our lunch, packing our own lunch, and stopping at like a rest area and being out in nature to be able to do that. So I'm going to add this to our calculations of where we could have saved money because I wrote the wrong number in there, 2106. So that is definitely something where we could have saved just a couple of bucks on. If you guys are interested, if you have friends who are looking to travel and y'all want to show the love to them, make sure to share this, especially if you're on Facebook. We'd love it if you guys shared this out so that we can hopefully reach more people so that they can travel with their kids and build those stronger family bonds with them. So we have ways that we could have saved some money, right? Oh, you know what? That other hotel. I added the other one into this. Let me go ahead and add that into, you know what? We did what, $14? We're going to subtract those $14 because I want to do the whole price on this. This is $125.09. So add $125.09 to this right here. We could have saved that much. Wow. So one thing, especially with hotels, that we have learned before taking this trip is about travel hacking. I don't know if you guys know about travel hacking, but it is a great way to save money. I'll put a link down in the description or the comments below about kind of how we do it, and how we got started on it. But the idea is you get credit cards. We are Dave Ramsey people. We have paid off $70,000 worth of debt that we did not want anymore so that we could travel. But if you can pay off your cards every single month, this doesn't work if you keep a balance on your cards because the interest rates on these things are gonna make it to where it doesn't even make a difference for you. Like you would probably pay more in interest than you will in the hotel stays. So the way this works is we first started off with this card right here. It's the Choice Privileges card. And this card if you meet a minimum spend of, I think it was like $500 or something like that, um, then you get 2 nights free stay. I believe it was 2 nights free. No, you get so many points. I can't remember how many points, but it was equivalent to about 2 to 3 nights stay in one of their hotels, which they have a whole bunch of hotels on the back there, the quality inns, the sleep ins, all that type of stuff. And so, mainstay suites, we actually had a really nice stay there one time in Pensacola. But what you do is you get these points and you just use those points to pay for future trips to the hotels that you want to go for, and then you don't have to pay for the hotel. So one way that we could have saved money if we would have known about this is doing some travel hacking. We could have saved the $136 or so dollars, $37, $137 on $237 on those hotels right there if we just would have travel hacked the system. And so we really put this to the test with this card right here. Where is it? It's this one right here. We like Marriott hotels. They have this Marriott Bonvoy card right here. And the way this one works, if you can spend, I believe it was $3,000 or maybe $5,000 in 3 months, pay it off every month. So make sure that what we do is we make sure that we already have the cash on hand, like in a savings account. We have, $3,000 or $5,000, however much it is, for the maximum spend that you have to reach. Then we have either a trip that we're going to go on or something expensive that we wanted to buy. Like one year we need to buy new furniture for the house, and so we bought that on a card. We got that sign up bonus of like 100,000 points, and then we just either stop using the card, or if we really like that particular card, we really like that one. So what we do is we put that on for our everyday expenses, and then we're able to continually get those Marriott points all throughout our expenses that we have. And then we can continually use those Marriott, and you also gain some status and whatnot with them, where you get some extra perks and whatnot. But if you like Marriott hotels, highly recommend that you get a Marriott Bonvoy card. Now, I have to say this, there is a this time there's a $95 fee yearly that you pay for just having access to that card. But every year they give you a certificate that you can redeem for a hotel room for one night that's 35,000 points. That's worth 35,000 points. So you may be asking yourself, what can you get for 35,000 points, right? We stayed in Austin, Texas one time. Using that e-certificate, we got it had a kitchen. It had the living area with a pull-out couch, and it had an entire separate room with a bed in it. And then we also had this huge bathroom as well. So it was like, if I had to guess, at least $200 to a $250 room that essentially we got for $95 because we used this travel hacking method. And, because it only costs $95 for the yearly fee. And then this is a card that we just continually put those expenses on. And every year we get probably $500 to $1,000 worth of travel experiences that we can have with these hotels. So definitely recommend that. Now, you can also do this with like airlines and that type of stuff. If you want to, fly somewhere, that's where we like this card right here. You can the Sapphire Preserve card. And the way this works is you spend you can do it two ways. You can either spend the money yourself, or you can use their back-end portal, and you can get things like flights, hotels, rental cars, or other expenses that they deem as travel worthy. The way this works is the hotels, the cars, and the airfare, you can use the points directly through their portal to purchase that ahead of time. And that way you can have that for whenever you're out traveling. It's already paid for. It's already kind of a done deal. But if you have like some expenses that they deem travel, like one time we were in San Antonio and we got some popsicles. And after we got back from the trip, I went to the card and I was like, okay, what of these expenses can we use points for? And one of them was that popsicle place. I was like, what? That's crazy. It's just popsicles. And so there's like, I think it's like restaurant type of things, those types of experiences you can redeem with these points. And so I like the versatility of this card right here. Now, we do have stayed in other hotels. We're actually using, last summer, we took a long road trip that y'all are actually watching right now on the channel, all the national parks. And while we were on that trip, we got a new credit card, this World of Hyatt card right here. And so for this coming trip that we're planning for this summer, we're going to be staying at some Hyatts because we travel hacked the system. We got a ton of points for the sign up bonus for this last summer. And so this summer, we're going to actually utilize that. We have another one right here with IHG. They have run like Holiday Inns and that type of stuff. So again, we have some points on there that we're going to be using for this trip. A trip to Florida that we took a few years back, we were doing Hilton's because we had this Hilton's card right here, Hilton Honors. We stayed at, what I really liked about that, it was I could really get an idea of which hotel chains that I really like staying at. Like, I realized that I prefer Marriott's over Hilton's, but Hilton's also have some perks. We stayed at the Homestay Suites. One, they're a lot larger since we have kids and whatnot. We need a little extra room to spread out. Their curtain situation in the room, like they have these shades that are like almost embedded into the window that you pull down, and it's like a complete blackout if you like to be in a dark room for whenever you're sleeping, which is something that we like. Another thing that I like about Hilton's that I don't like about Marriott's is that their swimming pools are saltwater swimming pools. I don't know why. I just like it better. It's easier on my eyes, especially whenever I open my eyes underwater. So definitely recommend, if you like saltwater pools, check out the Hilton Homestay Suite. Cameron asks, what do I do for work? I create online content for you guys. I do this travel YouTube channel here. I've got another channel where I review products from a dad's perspective. And I work a lot with Amazon and doing Amazon affiliate link type of stuff. So that's mainly my job that I do. It's a business is what we have here. We call it, a job or whatever, but I own my own business. And then the last card that we have here is the that one that I showed you at the beginning. This is our first card that we ever used. The choice privileges one right there. We just kind of wanted to dip our toes with this one. And at the time, it didn't have an annual fee, which is something I was a little skeptical of because I didn't know, like, will I actually use the card and will the annual fee be worth it? I can't remember if this one's still, I think it's still annual free. So if you don't want to have to pay the annual fee, but you still want to test out points and travel hacking and all this is definitely one that you can check out. Now, I did have a card for an airline one time, and I just had a bad experience on that airline. I got the points because I was going on a work trip, and that work trip let me be able to get these points. And then I used the points for whenever I had to take another work trip, and I was flying, and the flight got delayed, and I was stuck at the airport. Honestly, I waited in line for like 4 hours to see what they were going to do for me. They basically did nothing for me because I paid for the flight with points. They basically just gave me back like $5 for the fee after all the hoopla. So while I was waiting in that line, I was kind of like, I'm done with this airline. I'm never going to fly these people again. And I booked a ticket on Southwest, and that was a great flight. Definitely recommend some Southwest, but that airline was Spirit Airlines. I do not recommend, and it may just been due to COVID or whatever. They were just having some issues or whatever. I just had a horrible experience with them, so I just cannot recommend them at all. But that is how we could have saved money. So how much did this trip cost? If you watched the vlog video about it, we set the budget at $1,000 for this trip. I thought that was a good amount because we knew that we were going to be going to parks, especially while we were in Oklahoma. We do a lot of nature parks that we found. There's some just outdoor parks and splash pads. There's a beautiful park in Tulsa called Woodward Park where you can go and like it's big and there's sculptures there and waterfall, small little water fountain fall type of things. It's kind of in the downtown area, so you get to experience some of that hustle and bustle. But that, just finding those free things, right? And so doing all of that, finding the free things, staying with other people, trying not to spend too much money on food. That entire trip cost $1,236.28. So we blew the budget by $236.28. But going back to those hotels, those La Quintas, that was $237 that we could have saved right there just by travel hacking, and we would have met the budget. Like, we would have been right on point with that budget. But as y'all remember, as we were going through these receipts, we found other ways that we could have saved money. Like, we didn't need to spend that much money on food. We could have saved money by not doing ice cream, right? All those types of things. And so with the hotels and with all those additional expenses, we could have saved almost $400. We could have saved $379.42. And we would have been way under budget because what we spent was $1,236.28. That would have put us at only spending $856.86, and that would have made us under budget. Oops, I did that wrong. Plus 1,000. That would have put us under budget at $143.14. So if you're smart with your money, if you're good at finances and paying off your credit cards on time, and you're on top of your travel hacking and your points, you can really save some money that way. If you're good at packing lunches and not eating out everywhere you go, you can save some money that way. If you know people in the area that you're friends with, or you have family in the area, and they have room for you to be able to stay. Maybe they have a camper. Maybe they have a boat that's sitting in their yard that they don't use that often, that has like a sleeping area. Maybe they have an Airbnb and you can get a good deal on an Airbnb because you're friends with them. You want to help them out by not letting them lose a night, but you can also they'll know that they have quality tenants in there. And so hopefully they'll give you a good discount or something like that. So there's many different ways that you can save money. It's a matter of thinking outside of the box of how you can save money while you travel, because it's definitely doable. I mean, to do 23 days, guys, 23, that's 3 weeks. That's over 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks and 2 days. And we spent 1,200. You know what? Let's do some math. Hang on. We spent $12,036.28. Divide that by 23 days. That is $53.75 a day for a family of 4. That is incredible. Look, let's divide that by 4. If you're just going by yourself, if you're going by yourself, one person, $13.44. I'm rounding up that last little tenth of a cent there. $13.44 a day per person. That is incredible. Incredible. I don't know if you guys are catching my hype right now. So if you're going as a couple, maybe you don't have kids, $26.80. I'm rounding up again, 88 cents. Wow, that is insane. Again, think outside the box. And that's with the hotel stays in there. That's all the expenses. That's not what we could have saved money on. Hold on. Let's where could we have saved money? What was that? I don't remember the total, and now it's gone from my phone. It was like let's just say $850, right? Divide that by 23. $36.95 for a family of 4. Divide that by 4. $9. $9.24. I'm rounding up. Guys, y'all can do this. If you want to travel, again, think. You just have to think about ways that you can save money. People around you who can help you out. Plan your meals. That's a huge one. So subscribe and follow if you guys are inspired to go out and travel. I want to know how much you guys spend on your travel. I would love to know that. If I could find someone out there who has documented all of their expenses like we do. I mean, going for a couple, 23 days, $18.50, rounding up again. That is incredible. Guys, if you guys are enjoying this and you found this useful, hopefully I'm creating some value for you guys, and hopefully I'm making you want to go and do this and travel. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Follow us. Let us teach you guys more. Let us show you guys what we can do whenever you work on a budget and you think outside the box and you realize how you can do these trips at a low cost. Hopefully, you guys are inspired. If you guys want to know when the next live stream is, one, you can sign up for the newsletter. LaneVids.com/newsletter will take you there. Let me get my calendar out because I do have it already planned. It's a trip to New Orleans that we took a few years ago. Get your calendars out. This is going to be May 13th of 2022. If you want to come live, come live. No. May 20th. I'm sorry. May 20th of 2022. I'm going to be live discussing our trip to New Orleans and how you can do it cheap. The week before that, the 13th, is whenever the vlog comes out. And then the week before that is the movie where we show you the entire thing that happened, like all the vlogs just back to back to back. Then the 13th is going to be how much everything costs, the vlog with the costs. And then on the 20th, you will have the live stream again. And then on the 27th, we're leaving for that road trip. So we are super excited for that. We probably won't be able to do a live stream for, I try to do these once a month. We probably won't be able to do it for June and July. So I'm going to pre-record some videos for you guys of me talking to you guys about the experience. So it'll kind of be live and it's going to be done as a premiere. So I'll be able to be in the comments with you guys. If you guys want to chat with me in the comments, we can do that again. But that is what you guys can look forward to coming over the next month. In May, we're going to do New Orleans. We're going to continue with this national park road trip that we're putting out videos on every Sunday. And sometimes on Wednesdays, I do like a hotel or Airbnb tour type of thing. So guys, hit that subscribe button. Let me help you be able to travel. Maybe one day I can plan your travels. Would y'all be interested in that? Is that something? Let me know down in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, would you guys want me to plan your travels for you and show you the whole planning process of how we can do this at a great price? Let me know that down in the comments. Or send whenever you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get an email from me and you can reply to that email and maybe we can chat that way about how we can do that. So again, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully I've inspired you. If you guys want to go watch the previous live stream that we did, the previous live stream was our trip to Las Vegas. We had a budget of $1,000 for that. If you guys want to see how we did on that one, guys, go and click that video right there, and I'll see y'all in that video if you're on YouTube. Definitely come and check out the Travel Vlog family on YouTube if y'all want to see more. Thank y'all for coming.